welcome to video 2 in my series Level Up. And this week we're going to talk about your true reflections. So let's get started. So last week we talked about the 8 different areas where you would qualify as a princess in 3 different categories. Whether you're a conscious Bella, a sleeping beauty, or a queen in training. Now understand that these aren't the last levels, because our last level is definitely becoming the true queens that we are. But these are just our inner princess levels where we're going to decide where we're going to start from so that we can level up. So if you did the work last week, and I know that some of you have, you will have identified with one of those princesses or 2. And several of you have said that you actually straddle the line of 2 different princesses, which is awesome because that means that you did the work. And doing the work last week is going to help you into getting the work done for this week. Great job in getting the work done last week. So let's get ready for our true reflections this week, which is probably a lot simpler than the exercise we did last. And again, like last week, there are 3 things that I want you to think about as you are walking through this exercise. Number 1, take at least 30 minutes to do the activity. So if you don't have 30 minutes of uninterrupted time right now to finish this activity, postmark or bookmark this video and come back to it later so that you can actually get through the activity with 30 minutes of uninterrupted time, because you're going to need that time to truly reflect on yourself and the answers that you're going to provide for the questions. Number 2, think about each question and then always relate it back to the 8 different characteristics areas that you watched or you focused on last week while you were identifying your inner princess. So that's why I said for those of you that did the work last week, you are probably already ahead of the game. So while you are thinking about these questions, think about those different areas in your life, whether it's your self-confidence, your finances, your career, or your mindsets. Think about those things as it relates to these questions that you're answering this week. And number 3, be honest in your responses to the questions. Be honest with yourself, because the only person that you're going to hurt by not being honest is yourself. You're the only person, unless you choose to share these with somebody else, you're the only person that actually has to look at these answers that you're writing down to the questions. So be honest with your responses to whatever these questions are, because if you're not honest, you're not going to be able to truly level up to your next level, because you're not being honest about where you're starting from. So be honest as you answer each question, and be open to the possibility that if there are some things that you don't like about yourself, but be open to the possibilities that you can change that. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to get started. So what I want you to do this week is grab a sheet of paper, or again, you can go to my website and download this worksheet for this week and answer the 3 questions that are listed on there. So our question number 1. What has changed in your life over the last 12 months? So what has changed in regards to your finances, your career, your living situation, your dating situation, whatever that is? What has changed for you over the last 12 years in your life? I want you to think about that and then write down the answers in the space provided. Question number 2. What do you want to change in your life over the next 12 months? So thinking about the future, what is it that you want to change in your life over these next 12 months? Do you want to start a new business? Do you want to go back to school? Do you want to start dating? Because some of you, I know, you need to work on your relationship areas. Do you want to start dating again? What is it that you want to change in your life over the next 12 months? I want you to really think about it, and then again, take the time to write down the answers in the space provided. Don't forget to think about the 8 different areas if you've downloaded the worksheets from last week's exercise, because those are important too. But I only want you to write down the answers that are important to you. So if career is not important to you right now, just push that one to the side and write down what you want to change in your life over the next 12 months in areas that are important to you right now. And our final question: how are you going to be different in making these changes happen over the next 12 months? And that's a very important question. And I like to go back to that definition about insanity. When they say insanity is the practice of doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. The only thing that we can change in this equation is you. So going back to my question, how are you going to be different in making these changes happen over the next 12 months? Because that's the only thing that's going to make these changes actually happen. How are you going to be different over the next 12 months? Because let's face it, I'm not going to be sitting with you in a room over the next 12 months and walking you through your goals. You're the one that's going to have to stay motivated, keep your mindset in that growth mindset where you actually want to change, and you're the one that's going to actually have to make yourself do the changes. So what is going to be different in your life over the next 12 months? That's it. That's all I want you to do for this week. No big deal, right? 3 easy questions that I want you to answer. So I'll go over them one more time. Number 1, what has changed in your life over the last 12 months? Number 2, what do you hope to change in your life over the next 12 months? And number 3, how are you going to be different in making these changes happen over the next 12 months? And don't forget, take 30 minutes at least to complete the exercise. Be honest in your answers when you're writing down your responses. And don't forget to think about the 8 different characteristics areas in our worksheets from last week. When you are finished with the exercise, I want you to come back and leave a note in the comments and let me know how the exercise made you feel. So in our next video, we're actually going to talk about those things that you said you want to change in your life over the next month, the next 12 months, and we're going to make a plan for those things so that you can actually level up. So if you are ready to make those changes happen in your life, stay with me as we continue on this journey. Bye, Queen Baes. Until the next video.